Greetings and welcome to Board Me Up, where I hunt down the latest in board game releases so you don't have to. So up on the screen I have the latest Kickstarter of Cartographers, and I'm just mentioning this as a personal note, as I do have, let me adjust this a little bit, as I do have Cartographers on my list of top solo games that I want to buy for myself, and it is also on my list of two-player games that I'm looking to get in the future. And I didn't know that, so I may be backing this, I may be not. I will be looking at this one more so on my personal time. It does have a late pledge open. I haven't checked if the pricing is the same yet or if it's more. So just a side note. So let's jump into today. Oh, actually I haven't prepared today, so let's take a look at what the newest releases are for October 28th. I will start numbering the thumbnails so they're just a little bit more distinct. Probably soon here. I'm trying to set little goals as this channel grows to do things with it, so I don't get too distracted by it and other things, and I keep things organized. So just saving things aside, we'll take a look at these guys. Whatever else is interesting here, this 28mm tabletop skirmish. We'll take just a quick glimpse at that one. More STLs. What else do we have? For those that don't know, STLs are 3D digital formats. So if you're looking to 3D print something, there's an RPG. I don't save RPGs to the side, not usually. So if you really want to see RPGs, the latest RPGs, I can always throw them out and we can explore those later. But currently I'm just more focused on board games. Alrighty, so Eldritch Book of Madness for 5e, and same with D&D type things like 5e, 5th edition or whatever edition things. I don't put those to the side, but if you do want to see more of that, do let me know. I hope I mention that more in the future. Let's see, just so everybody has a better understanding. Horror game, not sure if that's digital or board. This is something for 5e again. Project Home. What else we got? Let's see. Do we have here The Beginning of Darkness? Okay, setting that aside. Prepared quite a lot of stuff this week. It's a little bit of a busy week. It's getting busier and busier, and you can expect it to be so until January. We're gonna have busy weeks and projects, cool projects coming out at pretty much a daily level. So, Feed the Kraken. Loving it so far. Let's see, 1 out of 21 days, so just launched. It already exceeded its goal. It's a third project. Let's see how many players. Social deduction game for 5 to 11. Cool, I won't be getting it. I like that, because if a game's already intriguing, I'm already starting to fear whether I'm going to be funding it and spending my money on it. So when I see that it's something I just can't do because it's too many players like this one, that actually lifts a burden off my shoulders so I can keep my money saved. Again, this is an addiction. It's a problem. Let's all face it. So it does look cool. I'm going to save it just to watch it. But I won't be backing it myself, as 5 players is not something I see of an interest in the foreseeable future. I just don't have a group and a time for a group like that. All right, let's take a look at these skeletons. Nice bulky skeletons with clear features. Looks like they would have been hand sculpted or physical sculpted rather than digital, although these look digital. So never mind on that. They could have been digital sculpts. I don't know. But they look decent. Is there anything really unique among these skeletons? Remember, guys, miniatures. I will always give my time to miniatures, but yeah, board games are a priority. But I just love seeing all sorts of miniatures, and if they're awesome, I just get it. I am a miniature painter too. So if you're interested in seeing more of that, I don't know, let me know. So yeah, they're digital sculpts, as this is an obvious 3D render, and then the 3D print here. Cool. They made for a 28mm, it's nice because everything's obvious, so they followed the rules of 3D printing and creation on such a small scale well. I do like the addition of the horses, although they look a little too bulky to the point where they start to look mechanical, you know? Like it's almost clockwork or something rather than a bony, dead thing. Again, it depends what scale you have this at, because the smaller the scale, the more you want it to look like that, but the bigger the scale, the more you can make it look realistic. So anyway, cool stuff. Won't be saving that as I have a ton of stuff open. Next is Flint and Feather. Lucian, the 28mm tabletop skirmish. Again, I'm not usually interested in skirmish stuff unless there's some solo aspect to it. Just wanted to take a look at this. Cool, looks like a colonial North American type theme. Alrighty. So there you have it for historical wargaming fans out there. I'll be closing that one out. And next one is Beauties and Beasts, STL files, some more 3D printable stuff. Let's see here. So we got a little bit borderline nudes. I say borderline because it's just the top half of the female, which I don't consider a big deal. Okay, and that's that. Nothing that great here. The exaggerated, they're definitely stylized. Obviously, you can almost, well, the characters are stylized. It's just, I was gonna say those breasts are so big that it's like the breasts themselves are stylized. Okay, not saving that. Not too interested, but it made its goal. So good job, guys. Kokopelli. Cool. All right, so off of Native American lore, we got a tactile card game. Let's see, how many players? 2 to 4, 8 and up. It's an hour gameplay, so it's actually pretty long. So we're looking at, can I say Ticket to Ride, or are we just slow? But amount of time. Ticket to Ride usually about, takes us about maybe 50 minutes, 52, 54, depends, of course. Alrighty, so not holding any interest. I'll be saving it for later, so we'll see it in the final countdown. Zombie EE, 1 to 4 players. Cool. It's a card game. They want $1,000, and with how much stuff is out there, sorry, I won't be, well, let me see here. Upon arrival, all bitten. I'd have to see this maybe relaunched or something, just better displayed, better everything, a video. Yeah, right now not having any interest for it. There's too much other really great stuff out there. So I have to set priorities. Core Space Firstborn. All right, looks like this is our biggest launch today and one of the biggest ones that are going to be happening for the next 22 days. So Core Space Firstborn. And does it looks, is it skirmish? Yes, it looks like a skirmish game. It looks like an all-out sandboxy battle type game. Let's see how many players. Pretty nice stuff. Nice 3D terrain. That's pretty cool how you've got all this. It's almost like Laser Quest. Everything's compartmentalized on the terrain, which is a little different, because usually you're dealing with really open spaces when you're looking at wargaming. Would this be considered wargaming? It's definitely looking like it. So how many players? If I can find that real quick, just to get that out of the way. Players. Let's see. Established players. No. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Is it somewhere up here? Is it at the start of the video? Probably not something I'll be getting into, as it doesn't look...
At the furthest reaches of the
well, I'm not doing any wargaming. If I had a few friends that would be into tabletop and things like that, I would certainly be getting into Warhammer again. I'd love to right now, but the good part of it that I don't have these people is that I can save all that money and, well, put them on board games. quality board games. So they got lore here.
Bestseller, core space. Story continues with a new and
All right. Not thinking it's going to be solo. So anyway, I'll be definitely saving this one. We'll see how it goes, but I most likely will not be backing it myself. Next one is a World War II horror game. All right, let's see if this is digital or board game. Not much showing either. Let's skim through the video. Let's see. Work on your Kickstarters, guys.
Hello?
Do your research.
Nancy?
Okay, it's a digital game. Blurred. Cool. Right on. I'll keep an eye on it. Just curious if they'll fund. They're only asking for $300, and it looks like if this is their work for $300, that's actually really good. Their Kickstarter just kind of sucks, but the game looks, you know, for what they're asking for, looks great. So we'll watch that out of curiosity. All right, The Darkness. Let's see. A sci-fi world occupied 35%. $80 out of 7,000. What's going on here? What's going on here? One of the first things you should always post on your Kickstarters is this, like the whole like contents of the game or a spread of it being played. Otherwise, yeah, this isn't going to work. So we'll see if it relaunches. So I'll be closing it. Next is Obscure. We just saw this one. And next is Frostpunk. Okay, so we're down to what is ending soon. And so I'll be putting this video out immediately because this is ending in 3 hours. So when you see this, it might be already done. There might be late pledges open, so check into that or keep an eye on it. But this is Frostpunk. I'm going to watch the video. I'm going to give it its time today, as I haven't really yet, because even personally, I want to know what it's more about. It doesn't look too fitting or interesting to me right now yet, but let's see.
The work shift starts.
Sorry, just checking. It is 1 to 4 players.
Humanity is on the brink of extinction. We might actually be the last people on Earth. This could be the last city. We've built shelters to protect us against the permafrost and sent out hunters to find whatever food they can. The responsibility to govern the remaining souls falls on me and my council. It is our job to give them hope and keep them alive.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Our decisions are never easy. Each one could bring unforeseen consequences. These people are hanging on by a thread.
That's a long
Their
video.
discontent almost tangible under the skin.
Over 4 minutes for a Kickstarter
Eager
is
to
pushing it.
spill out in a final cry of
See if it
defiance.
helped. Obviously it helped.
Our society evolves, and so does its mood. We found ways of sustaining ourselves. We've even satisfied the ever-present curiosity of our species. Using what little we have, we are constantly improving the one thing that saved mankind. Our technology.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Human nature can be as destructive as it can be creative. At some
yes.
point,
The
we
dice
will
tower.
end up at a crossroads, and the path we choose
Or not.
will
Malfunction
permanently
cubes.
change the face of our city.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
And for your own sake, let us hope we choose wisely.
Alrighty.
Welcome,
Let's see.
citizens of New London. It's great to have you here. Although this is not my
Alright,
first
guys, I'm gonna
rodeo,
skip
it's
through
the
this a
first
little
for
bit
my
if you
new
wanna-
endeavor.
If you're intrigued, then do check it out yourself in more detail.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
we
skip
worked
through it.
really closely with 11-Bit Studios team.
I am very excited about it because
The board game, I was at
At the
Again,
beginning,
seen that
when
guy
we
before?
announced the project, we heard an enormous
Lockdown.
amount of feedback from both. It made us
retaining the spirit of the original game, but also making sure Canon Unplugged is doing a great job. Firstly,
Again,
a great
or
board
not
game.
again, but I'm not
the most
aware of the
challenging
original
thing during
Frostpunk.
designing Frostpunk was to create a game where each of your decisions
was troubled time. This journey,
Now,
So if you're a fan of Frostpunk, let me take a look at some screenshots or something of Frostpunk. the original. All right, so that's why it's a big hit, as it's a strategic type of game. Looks actually really awesome. I've never heard of it. I'm sorry. But it looks really cool, and now having this done in board game format, it's basically like going, you know, from doing StarCraft into a board game StarCraft, but a quality one. I'd definitely be hyped, so there you have it. I won't be getting it because, again, I'm new to the whole lore and the whole thing, scheme of things with it. But it does look like quality stuff, and I will be saving it for my 2020 solo stuff. Let me see here. Where's my solo? There we go. 2020 solo games and more. All right, so yeah, if you have interest, I'd say go for it. As an investment, it's probably going to be good as well. Let's see how much it is. It's at $75. It's not that expensive. Deluxe pledge, which is probably going to have all the miniatures, I'm assuming, is at 125. Let's look at stretch goals. Let's look at if they have any stretch goals and how many they have. They're at $3 million, guys, so it's not a bad back, period. Let's scroll faster. Okay, looks like a cool game for sure. Just looks like you're also, depending on the pledge, you're going to be paying a lot of, the big portion is going to be for the tower. So I'm not interested for big components like that, unless I know I love the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing reviews of it, and here are the stretch goals. So here's for $1 million, $1.3 million. Did they really start at over $1 million for stretch goals? Plastic leader miniature. All right. Cool. Double layered. Cool. So quality increases. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, looks pretty awesome with all the components. It's gonna obviously look beautiful on the table. So $3 million. Yeah, they're okay. So their goal was 235. Maybe they're not showing, or maybe I didn't see something. So $235,000 they've raised. Out of that goal, they hit over they're getting to 3 million. Let's see if they break 3 million. Probably not. It's going to be about 3 or 2 hours. This is all you're getting, guys. New game components unlocked every day. A lot of stuff. Looks great. I won't be getting it, but I have saved it. I'll be keeping an eye on it. So there you have it. Anything else ending soon? We do have this ending in 13 hours. So we'll go over it quick today. These are grotesque miniatures, which, you know, don't get too offended with the images here. We are looking for the images, for the miniatures, 752. So just made its goal of $600. And let's take a look at those miniatures. Let's skip through the grotesque concept arts and collages. So there you go. Very Lovecraftian, body horror. I think body horror is the key word here. Purity and grace. Pretty cool. They're not amazing. They're just oddities. You know, they're not like the Tortured Souls toys where there's different beings being tortured and just great things for dioramas. I don't see these great for dioramas, but, or maybe if you're making one with a specific kind of weird creatures. But they are unique, a little different. They are body horror. We don't see enough body horror separate miniatures. We see them a lot in board games, but for like separate miniature creators, we don't see that as a too common theme. So I like it. I won't be getting anything here, but it is ending in 13 hours. Next, in 21 hours, we'll be covering this tomorrow, probably, or the next, probably tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I might be busy. We'll see. And that's Dungeon Drop. And after that, we'll have Ambush Epic ending and Flower Shop, which is also 17 hours. And what else do we have here? This is 21 hours, so I should move this after these guys. 19 hours, we'll have these toys ending. We'll see how well they did. And then Desolated in 20 hours. So we got some things coming up in the next couple days. Tomorrow should be pretty brief. And that's it for today, guys. So as this channel grows, I'm going to develop with it. I'm not going crazy because I just want to present this stuff. I'm planning on presenting what board games I've played latest, what board games I've attained, just on the screen somewhere on the side here, just scrolling up, kind of like that bottom bar, showcasing my latest additions. And I also plan on improving and start editing the audio as we improve, and then eventually show a face cam on the side here along these videos to make it more personable. But that's as we grow and the attention grows. Until then, I'll keep making these daily posts, so thank you for following, and if you have any questions or suggestions, do let me know. So, until tomorrow, have a great time gaming. Still need to find a tagline for my ending. All right, they're coming for me, it sounds like. You may not be hearing it, so see you then.